Hello, sexy souls. We are going to do a reading for the element of earth. Again, as a reminder, this isn't necessarily related to specific zodiac signs at any given moment due to what's going on astronomically, what's going on in your chart, where you're at on your path, what environment you're in. You could be operating out of any element. Oftentimes we find as humans, we may teeter and totter between more heavily prevalent within a particular element at a particular time in our life. And so that's what this is really geared towards. Just to kind of describe the element of earth, that has a lot to do with the as within, so without. So after, really working on the internal world, we then begin to manifest that which is within us outwardly. And so it has a lot to do with the material world, this particular existence, this dimension that we are existing in right now, has a lot to do with our connectedness to all living creatures, to everything, whether it's animals, the earth, the common frequency that we all share. I think it also has a lot to do with like transmutation. I think of Pachamama when discussing the earth element and about how to turn the esoteric and the inner world into something that's externally visible. So that could be anything to do with material sustenance, to even things that are like ancestral things that are passed through your DNA. So when we start talking about ancestral, I'm fucking up my shit. Okay, anything that when we talk about ancestral that's passed down lineage, through your bloodline or through energetically from your past lives. And so, and how that impacts and plays out and presents itself within this world. So it's the the collective subconscious is a part of that. And so if we're dealing with anything in that aspect, then you are definitely operating from the earth energy element. And so I feel like that's kind of how you can know whether or not and this is just my interpretation, guys, so what the earth element is for you. It is the understanding of the systems theory, and you'll hear me talk about that a lot, where we don't operate in a vacuum. Every living thing, everything that is in existence is connected to something else. We have all these different systems within the whole that make up the whole. And when something happens in one, it it will always impact others, because nothing operates in a vacuum. Okay. And so, we're going to go ahead and get started. I didn't get really anything. Let me rephrase that. During shuffling and everything, it was just like sitting in nature. That's what I saw. There's this very sense of calm restoration that's occurring. So the energy was that of reconnecting. Okay. So, but I did it like the visual was literally just sitting in nature. Okay. I'm not going to take that because I actually meant to do a couple of shuffles. So we haven't really started. But, oh, baby. Okay, but I do cut the deck and we've got Lovers, King of Pentacles. Alrighty. Just as a reminder, I like to use colorful words. I don't do reversals unless I'm told to keep. I channel with this, so sometimes my interpretation is not in alignment with what the traditional tarot card meaning is. So, and I completely... Ooh, this is going to annoy me. I went through these decks. I had them set up. What the fuck? Okay, this pisses me off. And well, okay. I know that some of you are like, but you know, a spirit. No, I set it up. When they fuck with me like this, it kills me. I feel like there's some fairies around here trying to play games with me. Of course, they would show up during the earth element. Okay. I have no clue because I prepped my fucking decks. And I know that some of them fell off, but none of it was this deck. I know it wasn't this deck. Okay. Gosh. Tell you what. I'm going to get a newer version of this because this is my baby. This is the Secret Tarot. And I've had it since I was, we'll just say, for over 21 years, okay? This has been mine. And I've taken really good care of it. Really good care of it. But now that I'm going to be doing, I've always kept it just to myself, but I kind of wanted to share it. My energy is so infused. There's like a really good connection with source, and they told me use it. I didn't used to use it for when I did private readings. It was just like, well, and a lot of people didn't really. Lovers again, one judgment. I haven't seen a lot of people use this deck, and so I just never thought that it was something that they liked. It was just kind of my thing, right? The Lovers again. For fuck's sake. Seriously, like, and I know that I only did it once, but it just keeps popping into my peripheral and I can't help but see it. Okay. Anyways, I just never really did use it for other people. I always just kept it for myself, but I was told not to keep it to myself. And I'm like, but I love this particular deck just because for nostalgic purposes. Okay. I've had it for so long that I'm like, I'm going to get another one of this. So I don't have to, like, because I get a little, I don't want to say haphazard, but I'm like very, like, when the energies are going, that I'm not nearly as delicate as I usually am. So anyways, I'm just rambling. All right. All right. What messages do we have for those operating out of the earth element at this point in time? What message do we have for the element of earth? Those who resonate, connect with, or are drawn to the element of earth at this time. I will take my time with this. I have settled on doing, this is the method to pull. So if you want to fast forward, go ahead. I'm going to take my time. Okay, they keep telling me to flip it over. The world. Ooh. Okay. All right. 8 of Pentacles. Emperor. Ace of Cups. Page of Swords. One more. I'm feeling at least one more. We'll get there, guys. We'll get there. King of Swords. Okay. It's been some kind of pretty big completion that has gone on, end of a cycle that's happened within your life. to the point that this is really about what you're seeing visibly. These are like actual things happening in your environment, in your world. This isn't just about your internal world. It's almost as if we are now at a place. It feels like there's been a lot of internal changes and attempts and effort put into manifesting what's internally, externally. And now the world comes because it's like, it's time. You will begin to see that which, and this is like a really good, it feels very good energy where things are going to start to happen outwardly that reflect the changes and the process and the journey you've been on internally. So a lot is going to change and come to you. Okay, so it's all been written. They're showing me the Akashic records, the book, the plan, and it's all kind of been written as if they had hoped you would reach this place. Like this was a part of the plan, like getting to this place, this journey where these things come to you in the physical realm. It's all a part of the plan. It's beginning to flourish and bloom and see this is when you get to see, the crops that you've planted, the things that you've planted and you've nurtured and you've tried to get to grow in your external world. This is when you get to begin to see the evidence of that. That's the reason why they're like, this is the evidence of all the work that's gone into it, but it's a part of the plan. This has been the plan all along. Okay. This is what they're giving me. Okay, so we've got the Emperor and the Ace of Cups. I'm feeling like these two things are going together. This is someone coming towards you. Yeah, like I feel like this doesn't feel like it's you. Not to say that you're not an emperor in your own right, but this feels as if it's like it feels like somebody that's been waiting, who did their own journey, who has been able to manifest things within their external world, and they're kind of in charge of their own empire. The thing that they haven't been able to manifest or do externally yet, because there's this sense that they're waiting on you, which I guess is why they're saying it's all been written in the book, is to offer their cup of love, because they've been waiting for you. So this person actually gets a glimpse of you. Like, the Page of Swords is like we're getting into this is just shit that's about to manifest in your world. It's feeling past lifey too. I just got to be honest with you. It's feeling like it's past lifey stuff that has been written for several lifetimes, as in each lifetime has built upon the other. There's been this separation, and to bring two together, as with the written in the books, and they're just really happy that things have unfolded. Like you've really came through in this lifetime. It feels as though to work through a lot of ancestral bullshit, a lot of past life bullshit, traumas and things that you've brought from life to life. And you've kind of really done a good cleansing of that. And there's the cleansing of the inner world is bringing about like all kinds of changes and new things that are going to happen in the outer world. Okay. So that's the close of that cycle. And it's like your team has been waiting for this for a long time. And this Emperor energy, they're not giving me whether it's a masculine or a feminine all. This is an individual that has kind of worked on some things before. And they've finished, and they've really been able to do and implement a lot within their life externally, with the exception, again, of giving you this cup, which is written so they couldn't until you were ready to be given the cup. Fuck me. They come across you. They see you. They observe you. And when they approach, I'm seeing the story play out in my mind. I'm sorry. When they approach, they're not very in this. They come in a very controlled. It's been a long time. This person, it's been a long time since they've really been given the chance to operate out of the Ace of Cups type of energy. It's a brand new beginning for them, it seems like. They've really tried, and they've had experiences since becoming the Emperor and working on things internally. They've come to this place, but it's like they've had emotional experiences, but they've not really given their cup to anyone, so to speak, like fully handing over their cup. Well, I guess having their cup full enough that they can give some of that out. Let's put it that way. They've been very hesitant. That doesn't mean they've not had emotional experiences. It's just, it was like, there's this meeting that's meant to happen, and I feel them coming across you. And this is different because, like, I'm like, is this like, like you scroll it? It doesn't necessarily feel electronic. It's like watching and observing you and having come across you and really just taking you in. So it's not like a study kind of energy. It's like just observation and being in awe. And I feel like a little bit like, refreshing, And so they kind of approach in a very controlled manner. You know what I mean? Like, they're not super like lusty when they try to say something, and they're not going to throw out, but it's really like, I want to get to know you. Very, and the king knows what he wants. He's not in analysis paralysis. He's not in this place of worry or wonder. He is, and I say he because this is a king, right? So this individual understands what it is that they want and understands what they see in you that they like. And so they're going to approach very calm, cool, collected, and communicate effectively. I'm getting very effectively communicate with you. Like, nobody that they don't come across childish. They don't come across, it perks you. It piques your interest. That's what I'm feeling. It feels like it piques your interest. Like they come across just the right way. Their communication really speaks to you, how they talk and how they come across to you, whether it's like, because we communicate also with our physical being. There's a niceness about this. I really like this energy. Kind of want a little more bit of, how about we just have fun with this and get into some nitty gritty? I just want to get into some details because this is saying that you're in a space where some things are going to physically form before you. Like this is shit that's going to happen. Like happen. Like soon, it feels like, actually. I doing? Sorry, I'm showing my this to the fucking microphone. I'm a dumbass. Okay, so the writer bringing something in. This is like a message, like. Hold on, let's fill this out. No, we ain't taking 20. It's not how it rolls. Give us a little bit of information about this. This is a very, like, really. I mean, I sometimes I like it when it's a little more specific. Okay, yes, this is the Lenormand Oracle. And yes, I read intuitively with that too. If you don't like it, I don't give a shit. Okay. So it's almost like destiny is bringing something towards you, this fated meeting, and it's coming pretty fast. It's coming soon. It's coming soon. They're telling me something. I apologize. This fated fate bringing something in. This they're giving me ancestry with this. This is something like a part of the books, something that's been written in the books to happen, that's supposed to happen. So it's almost as if like your spirit team, their spirit team is working to bring this together, to make this encounter happen. Because it's like there's past life connections with this. There's definitely some past life connections with this, with the gentleman. And this crossroads, they've been waiting. They were hoping it would happen this lifetime, and it has, and it's popped off. Spirit is really speaking through this. Spirit wants you to know that they're behind a lot of this shit. Okay? They're behind this. This is the crossroads in Lenormand, the path. This encounter. They're leading you. This man is meant to come across your path. He's meant to be a part of your path. It's not that he's a part of it. It's almost as if, two paths come into one. And I say he because it's a dude and the emperor, but they're not giving me even energies, masculine or feminine energies, because I'm generally, here recently, a lot of it has been that the feminine has done the developing first. And so those who operate out of their feminine primarily are the ones that are kind of leading the way, like doing the healing first, and that triggers the masculine and blah, blah, blah. But when I get to like what they operate out of predominantly, I'm also getting some masculine, like men, masculine, predominantly, not men, but predominantly masculine. People who operate out of their masculine predominantly have gone before, but internally they're feminine. Healed first. So it's like it's this, but it's not specific. It's not even energy specific. Let's put it that way. But I'm saying he because it's like he and she, because there's a dude, and just because of the stupid cards. But that's not how this is feeling. This is very, very open to the watcher needs to understand is the way that it feels like. And they're doing that because even cross watchers, which is weird because it's like, I guess there's going to be people watching this video who are not necessarily feeling like they're operating out of the earth element right now. But maybe they know somebody who is, and they're trying to get insight, or they're trying to understand something. I don't know, because it's not usually, I don't set my readings up so that there's like a cross watcher type of scenario. And so, but it's like, no matter who you are in the scenario, two paths are meant to cross. One of them has really already been able to implement a lot of the internal changes into their external world, and they're really doing well with their life as it is. It's their own little empire. The other one is now about to be able to manifest things in their physical because they've finally gotten through with their internal, and their two paths become part of one. Okay. And there's some past life stuff that's connected to that. We're gonna do Kipper on this. I would love to know a little bit more about the Emperor, Ace of Cups scenario. If there's any specifics, any details we can get on this. I'm sure that this is going to be intriguing because this is now something that's fated, something that's meant to happen, and it's actually coming to fruition within. And it's funny, this is coming through the earth. And because I'm asking them if this is twin flame-ish. I don't do a lot of those labels, but you get these and they're like, it's all like, there's a whole group that's a mixture of soulmate / twin flamey, twin ray peoples coming together. And so that's what this is. Like, this is that whole subsect of past life meant to be in this lifetime come together in a clean slate where ancestral bullshit and past life traumas have been worked through. Okay. Yeah. So like there's change that's happening. This change is going to happen pretty quickly. This sudden wealth is, it's not just material wealth. This is like suddenly you get something so fucking amazing. Like this is happening. This is, you know what I mean? Like this change is going to happen suddenly. Like this encounter is, and I keep telling you, it feels very, very close. Like from the point of which you watch this, like, feels like 6 weeks at most. And spirit does understand human time, our concept of time. Time in and of itself is the measurement of actions and movements that we take. It's how we measure those things, okay? Which then time exists in every existence. When people talk about time being an illusion, it's that we have placed too rigid of a definition and narrative behind what time is in this existence, and we need to open that up to understand how time is reflected, the measurement of our movements is reflected differently in various different dimensions. And so, but sometimes people get a little too, time is an illusion. Like spirit understands timing. Okay. Spirit understands timing. Because everything we experience goes into the collective consciousness. Conscious, not unconscious. It's the collective consciousness is the energy that runs through all of us. The collective consciousness is the record house, or the collective consciousness is that which is all of our understandings and knowings, experiences from every time dimension, blah, 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 timeline, whatever you want to fucking call it, right? Housed into one. The collective consciousness is what makes up the Akashic records. Okay. And so, yeah, just doing a little bit of explaining right there. Imprisonment. This emperor has really been ready for some time to give their cup of love to somebody, and has stayed really true to themselves. But it has gotten to be a little bit burdensome to not share. We share love in so many different respects, but there's this life partner, romantic sharing of love that this emperor has been ready to do for quite some time. But they've not wavered from the emperor status. They've not wavered. Okay. They were ready to give and break free of, it's like the one place in their life where they've been very patient and they're almost tired of being patient, but they keep forcing themselves to be patient and they're going to be patient, but they're really, and so they're just so ready for this. It's like wanting to let it just flow within this particular area of life. Okay. So this is a mature woman, and a lot of times this can be emblematic of somebody that you would go to who has really good, wise guidance to give on a very emotional, personal, experiential level. This doesn't feel like somebody that the Emperor is going to. This just feels, I got to be honest with you, this feels like a part of their energy. They have cultivated and grown their feminine aspect within themselves. That they are really in a place of being able to nurture. Sorry, my phone's going off for whatever reason. And they're ready to nurture. They have this wizened energy in their emotional capacity. And this whole reading, the reason why it's coming out for Earth Element is it's time for this to occur in this existence, in our physical world. It's time for this to actuate. Okay. Kind of want to know a little bit about their approach. I'm feeling like you all might as well. I'm trying to decide if I want tarot for that, if I want to do more oracle. I'm trying to get like really good, like since they're being very specific with us, I really want some more specificity, whatever they're willing to give us. So he's coming, he sees you. I want to know about this encounter where he sees you. If I try to show the fucking microphone these cards one more damn time. Yeah, I kind of like, yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's a destined encounter where you're out and about. Like I feel like there's a shared community is like your social network, or just networking, or being social and things like that. It's kind of like the garden is like social events, but this is like, like connections. So like, it seems like there's going to be some kind of connection between the two of you that brings the two of you together. So like, let's say so-and-so invites you to go over to so-and-so's. So your best friend is friends with their cousin and you end up in the same place, or you are a part of the same networking, or you get invited into a particular network of individuals and you come across because of some common thread with your social circles, your network, like networking within business, or like, things like that. So connections connections can be with people, places, things. So like there's some commonality between there. So that's where he gets to, the Emperor. They keep correcting me. I get it. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna get a little bit more. Give me just a second. I like details. It's just fun. They always want to tell me no. So many. Jesus. We're not. No. Wow. Okay. Hold on. Wait, just give me a second. I want a little bit more elaborate on this meeting, this encounter, how he sees the viewer. God, I'm so sorry. It just comes out, okay? It just comes out. I don't mean to, but the Emperor. How does the Emperor? Because we're not taking 20. Okay. Sorry, I'm going to get one more. I'm going to pull the Lenormand because there's like a story unfolding. I'm seeing a scenario in my head they're giving me, and I'm trying to understand. Give me a little more information here. Okay. All of this is together. Okay, so first and foremost, what they're giving me is, so like, this is like a social networking, obviously, like some kind of like, whether it's within the circle or networking, and the toil and labor is, that's the mundane stuff of life. You know what I'm saying? The work that has to be put in for things. So whether it's actual work, a job, or it's like, having just to do like all the things that you would normally do. I'm going to go to the grocery store. I'm going to go with the, so that could be the community where you're like, you meet at a place that you both frequent pretty much. He sees you. There's something about, just the day-to-day routine of things, or day-to-day, like the things that you have to do in life. I've got to cook. I've got to eat. I have to, you know what I mean? It's like the things that we would normally do. And I know like toil and labor, it can take on, that's the thing about the Kipper deck. It can take on all kinds of, meanings and stuff like that. Toil and labor can be everything from like the extreme hard work that it takes to, you know what I'm saying? But this, together with the community card, is like some of the things I would normally do, like your normal day-to-day stuff. The encounter is going to happen when you least expect it. Okay. And it's going to happen pretty soon. And he's observing, the Emperor observes you. And what's so funny is, while this individual has a very wizened, nurturing, compassionate, wise, inner feminine energy side to them, definitely a divine feminine side, they approach you in a very masculine, divine masculine manner. So that's why the King of Swords came about. They've got a very, sense of power about them in their presence. And where did it go? Stability. Like, they have a sense of stability, like very like their energy comes across very King of Pentacles, I want to say, and King of Swordsy, very strong presence. They have a very strong presence. There's an authoritative leader energy that just looms around them. And this can be a woman as well. Like, this is just a very, very stable within themselves, and they approach you as such. I mean, can you just imagine the maturity that comes along with that. Like for those of us who've been waiting and we're like, hey, you know, like I know my worth. I'm not going to settle for less, which is the reason why he's not given his fucking cup to anything. He's definitely had emotional encounters and experienced emotions, you know, but this is like, I'm in a space where I know not to just give my cup to anybody, and waiting for that right scenario, and, you know, being someone who is in his thoughts, very observant, understanding. The emperor really understands, can pick up on all of those things and how to execute. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like when this individual, so I feel like this, you may have met this individual before, not knowingly. This doesn't feel like somebody to hang out with all the time. This feels like a brand new something. But they may have seen you, or you get them really into their head, because they come very in their divine masculine energies, taking action, decisive, knowing exactly what they want, which is a commitment. They are looking for something solid, something real, something genuine. You get them in their thoughts. They're intrigued. It's like they explore. I'm hearing they explore. And you know, when someone piques your interest and you just kind of want to, like, you actually allow yourself to envision, ooh, I'd love to take that person here, or ooh, they look, you know, like almost like fantasy is opening up, like you've piqued their interest. And so they're definitely within their thoughts, but thoughts is also about executing a plan, developing a plan, really being like, this is how I'm going to do it. And so they approach you like this is not something where you approach them, or you got to throw out any kind of flirty anything, or this person's going to approach you, female or male. This motherfucker is coming to you. So they're going to encounter you. They're going to see you in like, you have the same stomping ground. You have connections somehow, whether through work or friends, but it's like a networking, like, you know, like there's some kind of connection that brings the two of you together, some commonality. Okay. And when they do, it's not going to be like some grand event. It's really just in your day-to-day life. It's like, I always go over to my best friend's house on Wednesdays because we blah, blah, blah. Or, you know, like I always end up doing that. You know, I go jogging at the park, or, you know, something like that. And they see you and they act on it. And when they approach, it's like their energy just is like, huh. It's a very commanding energy, but it's not oppressive. It's not controlling. It's not aggressive. It's just strength within themselves. They show up in their divine masculine because they are going to take the action. So my question is, so Spirit's telling us this, right? Okay, why? What kind of advice or information, other than knowing that now things are going to eventuate, and obviously within the love department, but they're trying to let you know what's about to unfold in your life, to know that it's going to happen. What advice do they have? And this is Madame Endora's fortune cards here. So it's almost like, what's the point of telling us this is about to happen? Because this feels very soon. Like for a lot of people, this is like soon, like within 2 weeks of watching this video. And then like up to at most 6 weeks. So what is just want to know. Hmm. This is odd. Why? Okay, hold on, guys. Oh. Well, where is it? If you want me to... I feel like I'm going to sneeze. You're going to make me clarify the advice? What the fuck? So like, okay, I'm just going to show you and then, you know, probably like, I understand this, the forces of nature favor you. This is like the universe and all of the energies coming together to make this everything align because it has been written. Like your spirit team, their spirit team, the universe, forces of nature favor you. They're going to make this happen. Like it's time for it to happen. Okay. And I'm feeling like triumph over adversity. What this feels like is this is how you're going to feel. Like all of the work. Like there's just something about coming, you know, not giving up. You know, you're in that liminal space, that void between having done all the internal work and then really actuating the changes into your physical. And sometimes it's almost like you want to give up just before it's about to happen, so to speak. But you didn't. And it feels like adversity because the adversity is yourself, the self-doubt, the mind games that negative energies can play with you because that's the only space that they can ever get a hold of you at. So it's like, you know, the triumphing over doubt. You know, it's sticking with it and believing to the point that it actually happens. And that's how you're going to feel. It's not so much, they're not telling you so much because of anything that you necessarily have to do. Oh, for the love of, sorry. I don't take 10. It's not necessarily something that you have to do because the universe has got this. They just want you to know because you're really at the precipice of it happening. And it's really about letting you know how good it's going to feel that you stuck with yourself. You hung in there with yourself. You believed in the work that you were doing. There's just something about, they want you to know it's going to all be worth it. It's all going to be worth it. It feels as if you've been asking for some, what's coming? When's it coming? Kind of a win. Like, okay. It feels like not like a, when's it coming? It feels like okay, any day now, you know, kind of thing. Yes, you're in a place where you're working and you're doing your stuff and I'm feeling into the story. Like I can see scenarios happening, these encounters happening, and I can feel the energy of what it's like. And it's really about, oh, wow. Yeah. Jealousy leads to downfall. So what they're telling me is sometimes that void, you know, the space where you've worked so hard internally and you're going through the embodiment process, where some people fail is just before it's about to happen, just before things manifest in the material world that they know is a part of their destiny and their path, that they have worked on manifesting just beforehand. there is the last stitch effort to try and derail you by negative spirits is to get you in a place of, look, how come it's happening for so-and-so? How come it's happening here? How come it's doing this? How come this is happening? How come that's happening? And so it's really about having not succumbed to the jealousy of being like allowing that to pull you down. It's happening everywhere else. Why not for me? That's the triumph over adversity. And you're going to experience the rejuvenation and the fulfillment that comes from this. You are going to feel so fulfilled because you didn't give up on yourself, your path. And you're going to get the area that you're going to experience right now is definitely love. It's about to happen in your world. I'm surprised. I mean, I'm not surprised because apparently you want to know when it's going to physically happen. And you finally know now. It's about to happen. Congratulations, because this is pretty awesome. Congratulations on not giving up on yourself, your path, your truth, your healing. All right. Have a fantastic day.